Hello everyone, welcome to Game 1 in a series between BLY and Devil. Game 1 taking place here on Belshire Beach Winter Edition. Zerg versus Zerg, one of the matchups that I don't really know all too much about, so I am trying to cast a little bit more. Protoss versus Protoss. The games generally last a little bit longer, so you can do more analysis and figure out what's going on. You know when players are being aggressive, but Zerg versus Zerg, you really have to be careful. Zerg versus Zerg, there's a lot of issues with timing, with whether or not you want to go for a fast expansion, or if you want to go for an early extractor pool, and what it does to the other player. Now, if one player does go for an early hatchery, he will obviously be on the more defensive end, while one player should try to be a little bit more aggressive. So far, it looks as though both players, similar build orders. BLY now going into that 11/10. And now, with a slight economic lead, as he was able to train up pretty much 9 or 10 straight drones and then train up that Overlord. As we see now, more and more Overlords, more and more units being trained. Now, these different openings have different reasons, and it may be that, yes, BLY is looking to get that extractor down early. Meanwhile, Devil doesn't look like he's going for an early extractor. He may be going for pool first or even hatchery first play. But this map is rather large. Devil now going to go ahead and scout. He will find BLY. He will see that the extractor pool is pretty much already down. And with this, knows what to expect and what to do. Drone now coming in from Devil, just doing a little bit of annoying harassment. That drone doesn't want to make its way all the way in. If it does, it could easily get surrounded by other drones and get destroyed. And oh, this is going to be a problem, as the drone did make his way in there for just a moment and now finally pulling back. Overlord here is now just continuing to fly across this map. You can see both sides really doing a good job scouting and getting map control. A very yin-yang look here, as the Overlords are now making their way actually into the natural expansions. This is a bit dangerous, as those queens and don't have to venture very far off of creep in order to snipe down an Overlord. Early queen now being established for BLY, as BLY now already has a spawning pool up and running. Zerglings will be making his way out. Meanwhile, back over here, the hatchery needs about another 25 seconds. The spawning pool needs about another 15 seconds as well. So these Zerglings may pretty much go unopposed, but they do not yet have metabolic boost. Finally, BLY will be setting up his own hatchery. Let's take a look at the harvester count. It is 17-16. Devil now getting in a round of queens and Zerglings of his own. They should come in time to repair, as it looks as though, yes, a spine crawler going to be added by Devil to try to wall or just defend against any Zergling early pressure. Zerglings looking to make their way up the ramp. There are going to be Zerglings down over here to meet and greet, and Devil, perhaps knowing the timings on how long it takes Zerglings to make it inside the base, decides to leave 4 Zerglings, or get 4 Zerglings just in time, and now BLY is going to be forced to retreat. But Devil shouldn't really be chasing here. BLY does have metabolic boost, and it is about to be done, and if BLY is able to chase away these Zerglings from Devil will be really out of position, and then BLY's Zerglings will be able to run in. And when will that look like? Yes, right now you can see Devil did end up losing one of his Overlords. So yes, the Queen of BLY was able to snipe down that Overlord there as the Zerglings were chasing, and now Zerglings will be able to run pretty much on the inside of the space. Not much defense. That is a problem for Devil, as Devil is a bit supply blocked. Now he does have his hatchery already up. That gives him a little bit of an advantage, as a drone does get taken out. A second drone may get taken out as well. And yes, 3 or 2 workers taken out, as the Zerglings are now going to try to engage, but they are engaging on creep, so those Zerglings much faster as they continue to run. Spine crawler out of position, unable to really do any serious damage there, as Devil did lose one of his Overlords, being forced to retrain, as now we see a large number of Zerglings coming in from BLY. Now, without that critical Overlord, he's not going to see many of those Zerglings as they make their way in. He doesn't have an Overlord here, and BLY knows it, so BLY may try to perhaps morph in units here. It is a short walk, skip, and a jump in order to get into position, as Zerglings are now running back. You can see the army difference, the unit tabs, 28 harvesters versus 20, but a lot more Zerglings, and now a lot more banelings for BLY. Now, these banelings are already straight up rallied over here. This is not looking good. Devil now making his way with this Overlord. It's going to be a real standoff to see how much damage he can absorb it without losing any amount of workers. Banelings are now trying to make their way in. There are Banelings now trying to pull in here, and how much damage is going to be done trying to make their way into the mineral line, and down go a whole bunch of drones, including the Spine Crawler. So the Spine Crawler even getting taken out in this engagement, and perhaps even taking out a couple larvae as the drones are now trying to make their way in. And ooh, one Baneling able to protect there. Harvester count sitting at 26 to 22. BLY now in the lead, as now BLY gets a very heavy round of drones. And this is where Devil is in trouble. If Devil responds, and he does respond with a lot of Zerglings, he's going to fall behind in this economic game. 38, 39 over 60 compared to 44. Those Overlords could have been drones. He doesn't really need that much food. The Banelings of Devil now making their way out, but they will be spotted. Army tabs shows that Devil now the one in the lead, but Harvester count BLY in a just a tremendous lead, 35, as a new round of Zerglings are coming in. Banelings are trying to make their way in off over here. We'll see how much damage is dealt, and oh, a nice Baneling detonation, taking down a lot of workers, as Devil may be in trouble. Oh, a Baneling popping there from a Spine Crawler. Not much, not very good, as, oh my gosh. Yes, I believe Devil is in trouble. Devil is behind in both food and in workers now. Banelings, oh, getting a nice melt there and taking down a Spine Crawler as well. And it is now the army sizes. Devil is a little bit ahead. Perhaps he can morph in more Banelings across the field, taking down a large number of Zerglings. And we'll see who comes out ahead in this battle. 35 to 30 workers now, as we now see Devil with a very heavy round of drones. And I like this play. I like that he got a heavy round of drones in, but BLY now doing the same thing as well. Zerglings are going to be in position, and how many Banelings? Oh, taking down only a couple there for a fairly effective trade, as the Baneling now trying to run, BLY leaving one Baneling trying to challenge, and we'll see what will happen. Spine Crawler about to get up to... about to be completed once more, but a third base being established by BLY. BLY will be up ahead on bases. 33 workers to 43. The Zerglings now going around the far side, and we'll see what's happening here. Zerglings now need to reposition themselves. Now BLY also being very dangerous, also establishing creep tumors, as the Zerglings may try to run in, and oh, they need to back off, and they do so just in time, as the Baneling would have been able to deal a large amount of damage to these group of Zerglings. We are teching to tier 2. We'll see if BLY will be able to get to a Mutalisk faster, as Mutalisk are the all-powerful counter against Banelings and Zerglings, as those units can't fight back. Now a heavy round of drones coming in from Devil once more. Devil just playing catch-up in this economic game, as we see that this hatchery is about to be completed. BLY doing a little bit of a risky ninja expansion at the third base location, and now also BLY going into that spire. We'll see who gets more gas, and BLY with these double extractors will definitely have more gas, and with a larger Mutalisk count, Mutalisk just tend to compound across themselves, getting stronger and stronger, and we'll see where these Zerglings are going to go, as Banelings, oh, one Baneling for one Zergling, not a good trade there. 1 for 3, an even trade there, as the Zerglings are continuing to fight, but a nice Baneling detonation, and now the Zerglings do spot this expansion, perhaps trying to take down some of those drones. The Zerglings now backing away once more, and Devil knows that he is in trouble. Macro hatch now being established by Devil. He knows that he needs to get another way to train up more larvae, but he doesn't want to get caught out of position. BLY sitting on over 1,000 gas, and as soon as that spire is done, we should have somewhere around 14. Yeah, somewhere around 14 Mutalisks, and those Mutalisks, as they get across the map, going to be very powerful, and just pretty much going to be unstoppable unless we see some Hydralisks. You can see now 13 Mutalisks are being trained. Where's that 14th one? Don't make me a liar, BLY, please, as the Zerglings are now running all the way back. Apparently he's not going for those additional Mutalisks, so only a baker's dozen, as now we are going to see a bit of Sim City here to prevent any more Zergling run-bys. Hatchery is being established here. We are up to 17 Mutalisks now, and more Mutalisks still being trained. He was now behind in larva, as the Queen going to try to fight off against the rest of these units. There are no Spore Crawlers from Devil. Zerglings now making their way into this base over here. Extractors are not even going to come up, and I believe BLY has just played too strong of a game. In comes the Mutalisks, and with this many Mutalisks in the air, against the 3 Mutalisks, all of these Mutalisks can survive. The Queen now coming in. Mutalisks going to engage. The Banelings are going to just run into this mineral line, and a quick detonation taking down multiple units. Even the Queen is going to get taken out as well, and that is going to be GG. Simply too many Mutalisks. BLY in this position here, just attacking multiple buildings, and there is in fact the GG. So BLY taking game 1 in this Zerg versus Zerg. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.